Hey everyone, it's me again, Abel. Hello. Now, you may have noticed that part one ended a bit suddenly, right? Well, the whole thing is we recorded roughly 3 to 4 hours that session, and what I'm doing is cutting episodes down to maybe 45 minutes to an hour long, and you may be wondering why. Well, most people don't have time to just sit around and listen to, you know, the crew and myself yap about trolls and birds for 3 hours. By doing this, I am hoping it will offer you guys, the listeners, more flexibility so you can listen when it's best for you. Because of this, I did my best to section off the parts where it would seem natural to pause. Hopefully, I did a good enough job and you guys enjoy it. Well, enough of that. Welcome to episode 1, part 2, Just a Little Giggle. And you can see a rather fancily dressed man. He's got a. Let me better describe him before I give the wrong description here.
Well, as you're digging up his description, I'm gonna clean the small child. Prestidigitation.
Is this? Is this before your mate?
All right.
As the small child suddenly becomes a 37-year-old halfling.
I don't pay that much attention to those beneath me.
Oh no, you're ruse. It's been
Is that
explained
like
by
a
some.
short joke or a snobbery joke?
What was that?
Was that a short joke or a snobbery joke?
Yes.
Oh, fucking
All
ballad.
of the above.
All of the above. So the man you do see approach you, he has this very well-stroked mustache that kind of goes off onto the sides like your typical fancy mustache, right? That you see in cartoons. He does have a floppy hat, and he's got some pretty what's it called? He's got this pretty neat scarf as well. And as he approaches you, he's like, "Oh, please, please have a seat. Let me buy you some food and drink." I know you may feel a little starstruck as he kind of like adjusts his scarves. Yes, yes, I am, Volo. Hold the applause. And then he pulls out chairs for you guys. But I'm here to talk to you about something else.
Is it true you once fucked a dragon?
Well, that's just disrespectful to the dragon. But yes, yes, it's all true. Anything you've read, entirely true.
You must have a lot of giggle.
Probably on occasion, but at the moment I need a clear head as I'm trying to write a new book. But not the reason I called you here.
Lame.
I called you here because I saw how you guys were able to handle the troll, and not only that, I've been kind of looking around the tavern to see if I can find some capable folk, and your antics have kind of caught my eye. Others may have been drinking and just eating, but you guys you're always doing something on the side, and I found that very not only entertaining, but it kind of showed off what you're capable of doing, and I believe people of your skill are best suited for what I need you to do. If it's okay, if you're willing to take up this task I got. And he kind of looks for some kind of sign of fucking tell us what you need us to do, man.
Well, that
What do you need
depends.
a
I
merchant
mean,
for?
how much are we talking?
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
I mean,
Okay.
what you asking us to do here? You want us to get some groceries for you? You want us to procure you another dragon date? I hear that's a thing.
We'll see, my friends. I actually misplaced one of my other friends. His name is Floon Blagmar. He's quite.
Oh, I hate it when I do that to Fred. Sam clutches his cabbage titer.
Well, he's a bit different than a cabbage.
How dare you call him a cabbage?
Oh, I
And
apologize.
Sam claps his hands over a couple of the leaves on Fred. Fred is a lettuce person.
This person. Oh, my apologies. I did not know he was of the garden variety. I don't. What do I say here? He kind of looks at you other two. He's like, but that's besides the point. Again, my friend Floon, quite the looker, by the way. He was kidnapped about a couple nights ago, I believe. See, we were hanging out at a bar together, and I had to head back. We were gambling and having fun. It wasn't anything too serious, but as I made my way back, I I feel like I might have made a mistake because the next morning I didn't hear from him. But I, you can't always hear from your friends every day, so I just took it as nothing special. But today we were supposed to meet up, and I haven't heard from him today either. And as I checked the tavern he was staying at, he hasn't returned since the last day we hung out. Um, I don't know what might have happened to him. But I do know we were around the dockyard when I last met him. We were kind of just enjoying our time.
Excuse me, Mr. Volo person
Yes.
thingy. I have a question. What
Oh, I'm
what
sorry.
kind of
Not the dockyard. I apologize.
what
Oh,
what kind of lettuce is flown? And also, what was the name of the bar where you lost him?
all right,
Because some of them throw their cabbages out at night. I mean, they're lettuce people, and you might not be able to find him unless you go down into the sewers.
It actually was the dockyard. I apologize. I apologize about apologizing because I was right. And yes, as you ask him that question, he's like, you asked him which tavern, right? And what kind of
Yeah, what
cabbage?
tavern and what is flown?
Oh, what kind of lettuce person is Flun? That's right.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, Flown is a. Yeah, he's trying to remember. He's still a little drunk. Oh, Floon. Floon is a human. I apologize. He is a lettuce human, as he speaks to the halfling.
Mm. Wow.
He is a lettuce human, and the last tavern we were at before I lost track of him was at the Skewered Dragon over at the Dockyards.
I know that one. Yes, yes. They do throw out their lettuce people at the end of the night. Savage people. It's a bad establishment. You shouldn't go there. They
And
probably threw your friend away.
the tavern was pretty fun. The people in the Dockyard, they get a bad name sometimes. They may be poverty stricken, but many of the residents there, they tend to be nice, or at least kind, if you're not wandering the dark alleys.
Yes, but they get rid of their lettuce people though.
This is true.
It's very mean. I can never leave Fred there unattended for even a moment.
For even a moment. But if you guys are willing to accomplish this task for me, I can, at the moment, offer you 10 gold up front. And then if you find them, I can reward you with hopefully some not 10 gold, 10 dragon pieces up front. And if you are able to find them and bring them, I can look into trying to provide you with more dragon pieces if I'm able to get some of my money back from one of the books I've recently published.
He's just
I whisper.
Free, right?
What was that?
I whisper at Balan. Hey, how much is 10?
It's pocket change.
Everything's pocket change to him.
So he's just addressing us three, right?
I don't think we can do it for only 10 gold. I need at least enough to hold in both my hands. And Sam nods vigorously.
Well, and what was that, Proc? I'm sorry.
He's just addressing us three, right?
Yeah, you three. Yeah, there's no other people here.
So yeah, I'll swagger over and sort of lean on Balan's shoulder. It's like, well, here's the problem. You see, 10 doesn't entirely split between 3 very well. So how about you say 12?
Oh
You
no,
know,
I
even
meant
split.
10 dragon pieces per.
Oh, never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah.
I will give him a thumbs
And
up. I am in.
you know what, little
I'll
one?
whisper
If you
at
want more,
Prod.
if he notices that you're having an issue with the amount, it's like I can give you a better deal. Instead of 10 dragon pieces, how about 100 silver pieces?
all about as many nibs as I can fit in both pants.
So, I don't have 1,000 copper pieces on me, but he does take out like the 100 silver pieces and he puts them all in your hand, which is 10 gold pieces.
They're like falling all over the floor.
Or he
Oh my
shards.
god, I'm so rich.
Sorry, the new naming nomenclature for the currency is kind of throwing me off. So he pulls out 100 shard pieces and puts it onto your hand as the shards kind of like begin spilling between your halfling fingers. It's like, no one's gonna tell him that it's the same amount as dragon, right? It's gonna be the same amount as 10.
Flo must be a very important lettuce person for you. Hi, Sam, and also my friend here, Fred, and he begins stuffing the shards into Fred's the cracks in between his sleeves.
Yeah, like the
We'll,
open.
we'll do our very utmost to find your friend. And do you frequent this pub, or where should we direct him to when we find his body?
If you do find him, you can find me here. I'll be waiting for you. And if I don't hear from you for a couple days, I'm just gonna assume the worst may have happened.
Good. In addition to being a lettuce human, does Phone have any, identifiable markers or things that he likes or people that he hangs out with other than yourself or people he owes money to?
You'll recognize him from his blonde hair and blue eyes. Last I saw him, he was dressed in a red coat. I'm pretty sure he still has it on, unless for some reason they would, whoever took him, undressed him. But
So just to
Any
clear,
special
not
markers or
actually
family
from
insignias?
no, he's not of any noble family, so there's no insignia. What would probably give him away, if anything, is we are close friends, and you may find my book, one of my books on him, on his person, unless it was taken. The one that you're gonna find on his person is probably the Volo's Guide to Waterdeep, or that's not what it's called. I apologize. I forgot the name of my book.
One has that.
It's called Volo's Waterdeep Enchiridium, Guide to the City of Wonders, and he should have a copy of that on his person. It's not worth much, so I doubt that whoever took him would take it.
This isn't just some elaborate advertisement for your book, is it?
No, honestly it isn't. I have lost my dear friend, and I'm not too sure where he's at. That wouldn't be advertisement for my book anyway, because that is a very old book. The one I've been working on is it's different. Instead of it's the one I'm working on is called Volo's Guide to Spirits Inspectors. It's entirely unrelated to what happened to Floon, I believe. Unless he was kidnapped by spirits inspectors.
You haven't been going around desecrating any spirit or specter's graves or anything recently?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. That's other acquaintances, people he might have gone on a 2-day drinking binge with?
I do know on occasions, at that tavern at least, that some nobles may stop by, and he has the habit of just kind of talking up with people of high repute and having a nice conversation with them. So if you see any nobles nearby, they might have some information on him. He might have spoken to a few.
I kick Balan in the shin. What do you do with him?
Fucking Balan. And you... Volo pulls out a knife. Where'd you put him?
I mean, the logic is there.
Oh, this got overly violent way too quickly.
All right.
Trying to insert yourself into the investigation, huh? Some kind of serial killer mastermind? I've seen it done before. Sam
But-
squints
Where
at
have
you.
you been hanging out that you have seen this done before?
Waterdeep?
Yeah, dude, it's wild the things you'll find in the forests around here.
In the forest.
Yeah.
Could your friend have gone for a nature walk?
The finger waggly dude. You can finger waggle, right? Can you
Oh, I can
like do
finger
a
waggle.
tracking spell or something?
Sure. One day, maybe. Probably. Definitely.
Cool.
Um,
How about within the next 2 days?
so,
It depends on how many people I kill.
Mr.
Balan,
Bolo, do you have a bunch of people we can kill so my finger waggly dude can finger waggle your friend back?
I'm not sure if that's how learning spells works, but let me pull out the
I don't know. I'm not a finger waggler, but the finger waggler told me that's how it works.
But Balan,
Yes.
if Floon has been known to kind of wander in parks to enjoy, the scenery, but I doubt that he'd be wandering for 2 days with no word.
All right.
Well, let us begin the investigation.
Just to
I
clear
say
something up
we
very quickly.
split up, and fancy dude with the finger waggling and the stuck upness. You should go ask your friends if they've kidnapped anyone recently, and Mr. Finger Waggler dude who isn't probably a murderer. You should go check around in your nature places and see if he's doing the nature things. And then I'll go check the sewers to see if he's decomposing somewhere. And we should meet up again later.
Something I need to clear up first. We're not actually looking for a letters person, right?
But
No,
he said it's his friend.
You're not. You're looking for my human friend Floon. I was, I guess, pandering
Right,
to
good.
the help.
good. I just feel like a letters person would stand out. Like, Fred? Fred, was it?
Fred. Wow.
Yeah.
Someone-
Yeah.
Someone actually noticed you, Fred. This is it. This is your big break. Don't screw it up. We might even make other friends, and they won't die, or starve to death, or be sold into slavery, or
So
get
cabbage.
stabbed for a slice of cheese. And then we'll have, people to shiver with around the bonfire in the middle of winter. It'll be just like old times. Fred's very happy to have met you.
Likewise.
All right. So I heard that you guys were splitting up. Is that the plan?
Yes.
All right. So who?
No.
No.
Why would we split up?
Yeah,
Do
I'd
you
rather
wanna
find
go
someone
around the
else
sewers
and
with
someone
me?
else do all the work. Going
Why would
alone
we
sounds like a lot of work.
Why would we go to the sewers?
Because
have-
his friend is there. Dying.
We have an
dead.
excellent starting place of a tavern. Well, why would we go to the sewers?
Because we're already at a tavern. We're gonna drink, we may as well do it here.
Fine. I guess you need to know which of your friends to talk to about who they've been murder stabbing. Why don't we go to the Skewer Dragon and see which nobles have been going around stabbing people lately.
Lead the way.
No. You go first. I insist.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust you behind me.
Okay, well that makes two of us. And we just got hired to find a guy who got stabbed dead by a noble. So I think I have the more realistic reason to be cautious.
Excellent idea. Just gonna put it out there. We have the halfling stand between us, and we all hold hands.
I can do that.
We all.
We're gonna look like one of
Um,
those progressive families.
But someone needs to carry Fred.
I can do that,
Okay,
assuming he doesn't mind, of course.
Fred likes you.
You've acknowledged him.
So
I
we go
whispered- I
traipsing
whispered to
off,
Fred
swinging a
one
halfling
day.
between us.
I whispered to Fred one day, I shall awaken you, and it shall be glorious.
All right. So as you guys are making your way down to the skewer dragon, hand in hand, I can only assume Sam's probably skipping. 30-year-old.
Sam's
30-year-old halfling.
Sam's feet can't reach the cobblestones. However,
Oh god, this looks ridiculous. But yes, you guys are all walking hand in hand with Sam in the center, just this 30-year-old halfling happily being walked across town.
by my new friend and potential serial killer.
I mean, hey, I didn't endorse the killing. You just asked me what needed to happen.
Yeah, no, two separate people. New friend and also
Ah,
guy who's probably going to murder both of us.
As you
I mean,
guys,
he is basically Zentrum after all.
Zen, I thought you were Xanathar.
I am. That's why I don't like him.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, you don't like Zenturn.
He helped. Yes, he helped the orc lady earlier.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, that is true. As you characters begin to make your way down to the dockyards where the skewered dragon is located, you eventually pass like all the street signs and the traffic, and you guys are just walking your way down there, right?
we got our
Yeah.
gold, right? Dragons.
Yeah, you got the 10 gold.
Yes.
Your 10 dragons. Yes.
And also about 80 silver scrolled away between the leaves of the cabbage that you're holding in your hands.
I'll try and not
What's-
lose any.
That must be a hefty cabbage.
It's a heavy cabbage right now. So yeah, as you guys continue to make your way past the streets, you eventually come to a scene where it looks like it's just on the border of where the dockyard is located and the district next to it. It seems like some kind of scuffle might have happened, as you can see that the city watch have begun to kind of like create this section guiding people to go around, and off in this alley you can see that there's kind of like blood just dripping through the alley, and there's corpses just kind of all over the place.
Excuse me, Mr. Guard Person.
Hmm?
We are looking for a human. He's our friend. He has the blonde hair and the blue eyes. I wouldn't suppose that the bloody mess behind you was at one point a human person with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Also, apparently, he was wearing a red coat.
Oh, listen
I
here.
think-
This what happened here is none of your business. So I suggest you guys get on. But just to answer your question, he kind of looks over. I don't remember seeing any blue-eyed, blonde-haired people. A family friend of yours?
Yes, he was potentially murdered. But we're trying to find him.
Yeah, no, we don't see anyone of that description here. But if you guys can please continue to go around, that'd be great. And as you guys look off, you can see that they are dragging out what appears to be 3 humans that are currently being arrested, and they're kind of like soaked in blood. None of them blonde or blue-eyed, and the victims, the same.
Thanks, Mr. Guard Person.
Hope your days goes better than theirs.
All right, nothing to see here. Come on, keep going. Well, except for all this, I guess you can see all this, but don't see this. Please leave.
Sam starts moving his legs back and forth as if he's walking away.
Like a moonwalk, just station me.
In midair.
You can recognize some of the fallen members there, Sam. Some of the dead humans on the floor seem recognizable, as well as maybe one of or two of the humans that are being dragged away.
Gang war. Yes, yes.
All right. But after some time, you guys kind of get to the heart of the dark yard, right? You get to the center of town where you guys can begin searching for the dragon skewer, or the skewered dragon, and you guys would make your way eventually to that tavern. You cross multiple buildings along the way. An old shop called Zoblob Shops. You probably stopped by here recently to pick up some Giggle on occasion.
Oh, okay.
But as
Well, I have money now, so we should probably stop there first.
But yeah, as you're walking through these like densely packed streets, you can see that most of the neighborhood is kind of like masked in shadow because the street lamps aren't being maintained, and some of the street lamps have candles stolen from them, and you can smell the salty air of like excrement that just kind of lingers on the roads because the plumbing system around this area isn't really kept up to par as the rest of the city is. And then on the corner of Zastral Street and Fillet Lane is the shop that you're familiar with, Sam. The shop known as Zoblop's shop. It has like this picture of a beholder on the glass plane. And inside is probably a familiar face to you. A gnome by the name of Zoblob.
Nice. I let myself down from my two friends' grip and then grab Fred again and run over to the counter. Hey, guess what? What did you say the gnome's name was?
Zoblob. Here.
That makes sense.
Let me give you how to spell that. Or I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing names, but you know.
You know what? I can just pretend.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have a guide to pronounce names, but I'm not gonna take 10 minutes to look up every name and then see how I should pronounce it.
Hey, Mr. Zoblob, guess what? Some of our guys were beating up an orc earlier, but then this rich prick who's behind me, he came over and the orc punched our dude in the face and he got knocked out. And while he's doing this, he was dumping Fred up and down on top of the counter, and shards are just bouncing everywhere.
And you can see this exasperated look on Zoblob as he's pulling one coin as it falls off. Fucking, that's cabbage. Whatever. And he's like, well, money's money.
And then more of our guys are deaded because they were fighting with the Zentarim in the streets on our way here, and the city watch was there. And everything was really bloody. It looked like there was like a mage who went like splody with his finger waggles. And then I got all this money, and can I please have lots of Giggle?
I was like, you're gonna spend your 80 or your 100 silver. He's able to get all the silver shard pieces. How much are the shard pieces?
The 80 that were in Fred.
Oh, the 80? Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
what, you have 20 shards on your person?
Yeah, I have 20 on my person.
Yeah, so he takes the 80 shards and he kind of puts them off to the side and he shoves them off the table, and then he takes out what looks to be 8 pouches of this Giggle that you asked for, and he hands them to you. They're small little bags, so it's roughly like a gold piece per... they're bigger than an ounce, so you're getting roughly like a 6 ounces. You bought a lot. Now this is the cheaper one that you were mentioning earlier, and the one that you normally buy. But you actually brought a pretty decent haul. Do you want the better hit, or the stronger stuff?
Yeah,
All right.
sure. I
So
didn't know there was more.
he
Oh
he
wow.
he takes away the cheaper giggle, and he gives you 8 bag. Each bag is an ounce of this uh, rather fine looking white crystal giggle. It's got like a nice translucent look to it. Um, and he hands it to you.
I immediately snort down one bag.
He immediately slid down one bag. But
Then I'll put the rest of the bags, in between the leaves of Fred.
but yeah, you don't need
And
me to
some swat.
explain to act like you're drugged when you're on drugs. You know what to do. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
Okay. So now that we're all topped up, we can go. We can go. Yeah. Let's find flower. Flower. Flown. Yes.
let's go find that
Lettuce
flume.
human. Whee! And he starts running out the door.
Uh, like me some loyal customers. And what business brings you guys here? What are you looking for as you see this gnome kind of sit back? He's always on edge whenever that halfling comes to the store because who knows what he's gonna fucking do, right? But now that he's kind of like walked out,
sorry.
excited. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna continue, but I thought I tried to jump in when you stopped talking, but you started talking again. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
I'll jump in after.
So as he relaxes and sits back in his chair, you can see that a lot of the store is kind of covered in this lavender scented purple smoke. As he kind of kicks back and crosses his legs over the counter, he pulls out a pipe and begins to smoke it. He seems to have some kind of face paint that decorates his cheeks and around his eyes. This gnome, he looks rather relaxed as you guys enter. After after the halfling kind of steps out, or he gets what he needs. Well, pale and well met. Come browse the shelves if you want. It's it's a curiosity shop. You'll find a variety of knickknacks and doodads. But if you ever want some giggle, this is the place to get it.
You haven't by any chance seen woman, have you? Blue eyes, blonde hair, red jacket.
Blue eyes, blonde hair. Well, no one by the name Floon stopped into my shop, not that I know of. It's not like I really ask everybody's name. Blue eyes. I do remember him seeing. I remember seeing someone like that, but there's a few blue-eyed, blonde-haired people that I see daily. Are there
Did you
any
see
more
one that looked especially kidnappable?
Kidnappable.
Maybe he had a book with him.
Well, I do remember a couple of gentlemen walking into my store earlier. One of them was Volo, if you believe it or not. They're just kind of browsing my knickknacks, and his companion did seem to have blue eyes, blonde hair. They didn't stay very long. They did head down the road to the Skewered Dragon. And although they seem to have like some kind of commotion outside of my store, the Volo left in one direction, and then of course Floon left in the other. It wasn't anything bad. They're just probably saying farewells. But it's hard to remember things. It did happen a few days ago. If only I had more things for my store, it might jog my memory.
Oh, I've got just the thing. This is a legendary piece of wood. This isn't just a piece of wood, this is a legendary piece of wood. And I hand him my quarterstaff. This is an Archmage staff.
As you look around, you notice that a lot of the things in the room, some of them may be kind of junk, and some may consider it junk, but they all have something similar about them. They are all purple. And as you offer this quarterstaff to him, he kind of looks at it like, nothing really special about this, even if it belonged to our Archmage. I don't even think I could afford it if it was something that fancy.
No. This staff doesn't belong to an Archmage. This staff makes Archmages.
And again, he kind of like shrugs his shoulders. It's not something I normally sell here, so.
You could paint it purple.
Well, I could, but then that means I'd have to do it.
You could pay me to paint it purple for you.
Or you can paint it purple and bring it back.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound very profitable.
Well then, it's best you seek information elsewhere.
Shame. You could have become an archmage and made everything purple. I take my obviously not magical quarterstaff back.
Have you always been this full of shit?
Excuse me, do you have any proof that this staff does not make archmages?
Are you an archmage?
No. Not
Point
yet,
proven.
at least.
Not yet.
It's a long process, you know? It takes time. You don't just become an archmage overnight.
You gotta hold on to the staff while you beat up people. Obviously,
Yeah.
it says so here on the instructions on the back of the staff. But what about you, Bolan? Anything you want to do while you're in the store? It does look like it looks like he was trying to get something in return for information. At least that's what he kind of gave off.
Like, I don't like encouraging people trying to be greedy.
The nobleman says he doesn't want to encourage greed.
The merchant says he doesn't want to encourage me.
I didn't say anything about my greed.
The merchant
Oh,
noble,
just-
right?
Does this guy by any chance sell component pouches? I don't have one.
He does have a various stuff here, and he does sell component pouches. It just happens to be everything's been colored purple.
I will
Rob,
buy
if you have a spell focus, you don't need a component pouch.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, I don't think druids need component pouches. It's mainly just for wizards and
Well,
wizards.
I think some of his spells might require material components, but those are the components that...
You won't find in a spell pouch, in a component pouch anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so did
Yeah,
you
alright
want to say... You want to say anything to the greedy merchant, you greedy merchant?
Maybe we could help each other out here. Is there any clientele that you haven't been able to get to come into your store because you're a not well-known merchant?
Yeah, I get by, and I'm happy where I'm at. You come in, you buy some of this Giggle, you buy some of this stuff on the shelf, then you get out. I'll need to
And
be
what
in my
is
high chair.
Giggle?
I'm sorry, what was that?
And what is Giggle?
Why don't you try some? And he pulls out a small bag of the translucent powder.
I
You
heard
look
the
like you
first
can
one's
afford
free.
the good stuff.
No, I do not try things unless I know what they are.
It's Giggle. Now you know
must
what it
live a
is. You want
very
to try it?
boring life.
What is Giggle?
Giggle is Giggle. That's like asking, what is you? Yeah, I'm assuming. What's your name?
Ba'an.
Ba'an. Well, Ba'an, I'm pretty sure Ba'an is Ba'an. And just like Giggle is Giggle, Zlob is... Zoblob is Zoblob. That's the description of it.
I'm gonna rotate my ring to the inside. I will pull. Like, I do not want him being able to see my signet.
I think it might be a bit late now.
Right?
Yeah.
How about instead I give you a little coin and you give us the information that you need. That we need.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Da, 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 da.
How much coin did you pull out?
How much coin do I have on me? That is an important piece of information. Oh, holy shit! I'm loaded.
Remember to add your 10 gold.
And your 10
dragons.
gold. Don't forget your 10 gold piece. Or your 10 dragon pieces. So how much are you offering, Balan?
I'll pull out 3 gold.
3 gold. He looks at it. Well, you know what? He grabs the 3 gold and he kind of puts it in his hand and then pockets it. All right, well, hey, you know what? I'm starting to remember. You know, a Floon. Um, I don't know Floon specifically, but as you described him, yes, actually, it's starting to come back to me now, because when they went their separate ways, the Floon didn't actually walk too far away. He was kind of enjoying his time there. He was also talking to another gentleman, that looked to be of noble. He looked very
Persuasion.
similar to one of the Never Embers, but I wouldn't be able to point out which one. They're kind of quite off in the distance, but through my window, I actually saw that both of those men got jumped by men wearing black leather.
Gimps.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I don't think imps, but there must have been at least 5 of them to overwhelm the both of those men, and it looks like they were taken somewhere down the dockyard. I was able to make out that one of them does have a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck.
A winged snake. I imagine that's a tattoo of the flying snake creature.
If only your party member who knew stuff about the local street gangs was around and not off down the streets bothering a barmaid about throwing out all of their lettuce people at night.
Let us go find our little street urchin. Maybe he has some information.
The flying snake gimp. Alright, then yeah, I give him a little stocky for a little wave and then walk out.
Okay, so you guys make your way back, not back, but towards the skewer dragon, where your halfling friend Sam went to go ahead and see if he can get more information, or just basically do whatever he wants while he's high off the Giggle.
Yes. And by the time you're halfway up the street towards it, you hear very loud, raucous laughter combined with shouts of, "Where are they? Where are the human cabbages?"
Would you say that where are
Show
the
to
human
me.
what?
The human cabbages.
The human cabbages.
I know you've got it.
Hey, hurry.
Did you make your way out of the tavern with a couple cabbages underneath your arm?
I mean, probably eventually, but at the moment I'm haranguing the barmaids and whoever's behind the bar, harassing them about lettuce people and flying people and blonde-haired people, and it really doesn't make much sense, if I'm being honest with you.
By the time you guys get to the tavern, you can see that they're trying. Some of the tavern workers are trying to escort Sam out of the building as he rants about cabbage people and
You murdered!
calling them murderers for throwing out some old cabbages.
You're thrown in the sewers! Run! Friends! They killed you! They killed you! He's holding on to his cabbage and sobbing it.
He just begins
And then
sobbing.
giggling madly.
All right, guys. What do you
I'm
want
going
to do about
enter
your?
and just pretend that I don't know the psychotic halfling who's been escorted out. I'm a completely separate individual with no
Pro-
association.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually they will escort you out of the building, even if you struggle. Like
Oh
after
yeah,
after
that's
some time,
fine.
yeah.
I'm sure they already have a few times, and I've managed to like sneak my way back in as other patrons have gotten in, and then run around making another ruckus, and then been kicked out. Progressively more roughly.
Yeah, exactly.
Todd has just had the greatest idea of all time, and he's going to run out of the tavern. I can get information from my faction. Would I be able to identify black leather wearings
All
made
right,
of flying fluid?
let's see what kind of information the Enclave can provide you. So you try to meet some contacts while you're down here near the tavern and see if you can find any. And the Enclave is kind of everywhere, as well as other factions, right? So you want to speak to your people. Balan, what are you doing? Are you gonna try to help the halfling or just let him get kicked out?
Um.
Or just walk out with them?
No,
Whatever, take me
there's information that's needed here, and I don't want to just be asked to leave due to association with a lunatic.
freedom from the. Oh, hey, Milan, help me!
Hey, my friends! Are you just gonna be ranting on the outside there, Sam? Kind of like banging on the windows and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So on occasion, you guys can hear like a high-pitched screech coming from Sam from outside as it pierces through the walls, and you can continue to hear him talking about freeing the cabbages and calling them murderers. But while you guys are in
Followed,
here,
followed by lots of giggling.
followed by lots of giggling, um, you can. I would say that most of the factions probably give out like some kind of booklet to let you know, like, hey, these guys are associated with these guys and stuff like that. So you take a seat down and you begin looking over some of the um, information, right, of the factions. And what you can kind of gather from all the information you have is the fact that the black leather armor, it's kind of used by most people who do shady stuff at night, just so they're harder to spot. They just happen to hit some bad luck, as when they're trying to kidnap these two, the lantern happened to work, and this shopkeeper was able to spot them. So there's nothing particular um, about wearing black leather armor at night. But the
No
tattoo
information.
does seem a little strange, as it does seem to fit one of the particular gangs.
Oh, like the guy with the tattooed eyes who
Hmm.
potentially looked like a raccoon.
Yeah, basically.
Xanatar Guild is so upright and trustworthy and full of giggle. There's no way they would ever do something like that.
Well, it's not that they're part of the same. It's just you guys know it's one or either of those two factions that were probably involved. It doesn't mean that it was Xanathar, but yeah, maybe Xanathar's too good to be involved in something like that. Is what Sam would believe. Um, it's a little hint, but the fact that these two gangs, a lot of their members tend to have a lot of tattoos, so you're not too sure which one of the two might have been involved, and they definitely not know why they might have been involved.
So no solid info.
What about you, Balan?
Free the lettuces! Free the lettuces!
Balan?
Yeah, Balan is terrified.
Terrified. Oh, of the fucking halfling?
This
Yeah,
is what you get for leaving your, walled enclaves.
Is he?
Balan is relatively clueless about the real workings of the city. Like, Balan's not sure who to ask about where these tattooed black leather wearing gimps are at, or where they might be.
How dare you call them gimps,
Well, we
sir?
should probably ask about the winged snake specifically, since the leather armor is a bit of a dud.
In
So who you gonna
this
ask?
is out of character, but Balan, you are in the tavern where this guy was, potentially with his Never Ember friends. You could ask if anyone was working that night, if they remember seeing them together, if they remember seeing anyone leave after with, you with them.
All those are good suggestions.
That is really great
You
suggestion.
know how these people.
Yeah. Have you I'll go up to the tavern keep, the barkeep, the kind of guy who knows things.
Balan saved the lettuce people. Balan.
Hello. I do not know that man outside. I do not know why he keeps
I
yelling for me.
think, I think Fred's in there. Oh, wait, no, he's in my arms. Hi, Fred.
I am looking for a friend of the great Volo. He is blonde hair, blue eyed, apparently relatively attractive.
Oh yes, yeah. They actually stopped by my tavern no more than maybe 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to know about them?
Where did they go?
Well, I mean,
Did they make enemies?
not that I know of. They had a good time here. They gambled. They partied. No one got too rough with each other. Something strange did happen. Well, you see, another noble by the name of Rainer Neverember. He was here as well, and he kind of was hanging out with that Floon fellow you spoke of. Because I believe once Volo and Floon left, Floon came back and was starting to talk up a conversation with Rainer Neverember. And they seem to be having a good time. Nothing strange there, but once they left, I did see at least 5 other of my patrons kind of leave at the same time. Found it strange, but it's not my business. They could have been personal guard for Rainer for all I know. It is strange to see a noble down here without any guards. So that's what I assumed. Did something happen?
He's gone missing.
Who's gone missing?
Volo's friend.
Oh, well, I don't think Rainer had anything to do with that. If you want my opinion, he's a pretty good fellow. As for the other 5, I'm not too sure. I do tell you one thing that I know about the 5 people that left him, if it helps at all. I believe they had something to do with the Zentarum gang. The Zentarum. I did see them speak, or I did hear them speak amongst each other, and I did see some familiar tattoos among some of the members that kind of linked them to Zentarum. But it's none of my business.
I see. And do you know where one might be able to meet up with this Zentarum?
I wouldn't know, but to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if they even got involved. Rainer's just, a trip off the old block, that one he is, just like his father. He's a bit spoiled, a rich noble who just kind of likes to spread his wealth. So it wouldn't be beyond me that he might have angered the wrong people just with his kind of snobby attitude. But
What were the Zentarum wearing?
uh, they were just wearing some black leather armor, some cloaks, but that's about it. We have a variety of people visit our tavern at night, all wearing a variety of clothing, and black isn't strange, especially here in the dockyard at night. We do have some
So
of the
you're saying they were wearing black?
yes.
Can I make my way into the tavern as well from my
Mhm.
little escapades?
And I do apologize, Prod. You would know that the snake symbol um, does represent the Xantarum.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a seat, but at a table fairly close to them, but not actually sit next to him. And then I will telepathically speak to Balaam and ask him to ask about the snake, the winged snake. But so it doesn't look like we're together.
You just spontaneously insert your voice into my head.
Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Sir, are you okay?
Freedom for the cabbages. Pride.
No, I would.
Pride. Give me a cabbage.
I would know what telepathy is. I'm a child of culture, education, and some magical training myself. All right. And did any of them have a tattoo of a flying snake upon the neck?
Oh yes. That's actually the one of the gentlemen who was leading the group of five actually did have a snake on his face, and to tell you the truth, they've kind of been hanging out around this warehouse in Candle Lane. If you want to question them, I'm pretty sure you can probably find them there. There's many warehouses there, but if you're looking for this man's specific one, I'm pretty sure he tends to leave a marking of some kind of snake symbol somewhere.
I see. I believe that is everything that I need from you. Thank you very much. And I will hand him money to make him happy.
Yeah, money! Well, if you're
Take a
this generous for
break.
information, feel free to stop by whenever you got some spare coin, and I'll be happy to provide you with more info. How much do you actually give him?
I'm just gonna give him gold.
Yeah, he takes one
But-
dragon piece.
You know, 1 gold can actually like ruin a city's economy.
So he takes that gold piece and he just kind of like, nice. Ah, you bitches, get out of here! I'm gonna retire. He does not say that, but
Freedom.
afraid of.
Freedom.
You know what? Yeah, he seems to be a friend of yours. A gold piece is more than
As Sam manages to break back into
more than enough for the information I provided you. If you could give your friend this cabbage and just get him to leave us alone.
Fred, oh,
And you guys
he's
see
so
this
beautiful.
halfling run back inside.
Sam immediately pulls all of his giggle out of old Fred and puts it into new Fred, and then powders a little bit of giggle and makes a new face on him.
As old Fred lays down on the floor, starting to rot away, and you get your new Fred. He looks a lot healthier. It's definitely the giggle. All right, guys. Is there anything else what you want to do while you're here at this tavern?
While I have some giggle out and ground up, I'll offer a hit to Balan and Pod for helping me find Fred,
Absolutely not.
and also take another little refresher bump for myself.
Actually,
I'll take it, but I won't do it. I want to reverse engineer it later so I can try and make my own.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
My druid skills.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
take
yeah.
you take a little bit to study later. I don't know if Sam cares. He probably is just happy that you took it.
Yeah, Sam stopped paying attention as soon as he started doing his own bump, and then he starts running around dancing with Fred.
So normally the amount you have should last you like 8 weeks, but you know, that's up to your usage.
It's fine. He can
I-
afford the hospital bills now.
We'll find out.
I feel like we need to take away.
How much savage do you want up your sphincter?
How much cabbage? Oh my god. All right, guys.
Oh.
I said
Uh,
savage,
well-
but
Oh,
yeah, that
savage.
too.
No, I heard cabbage too. So
All right,
I
guys.
mean, it would be thematic.
So, do you guys want to continue investigating? Head down to the warehouse.
Yeah. Do you fill Sam in on all of this?
yeah,
I'll do it telepathically just to prevent people from listening in.
thinking we're together.
Ed,
Well, I
Fred,
can't, I
you're
have to actually
speaking
be
to
within
me.
10 feet at the moment because I'm a lowly level 1. So I have to still be pretty close.
Guys, Fred's figured out we need to go to the Zentrum warehouse in Candle Lane and look for the snake markings. Isn't he so cool? Wow.
Yes, he is.
This is why we need to free the lettuce people. They'll save us from all of our misery.
So I'm just gonna totally go with that, and yes, I'm now the psychic voice of Fred.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. See, we kind of have an actual talking cabbage now. Great. You guys eventually make your way down to the dockyard where the warehouses are located. I'm not going to have you do a check here because you know exactly what you're looking for. As you're trying to find one of the warehouses that seem to have a snake emblem on, and any kind of snake symbol, right? And you eventually do come across one warehouse